Denzel Dumfries to Manchester United. This has been the latest story being reported by Mr. Reliable, David Ornstein. We'll be talking about what he said in that interview, the latest news on that, and all the other Manchester United news. So let's get straight into it. So we know Manchester United really want to sign a right back, with Mazraoui and Dumfries being on the radar. Other right backs have also been on the radar, but for Dumfries is someone who has emerged according to David Ornstein. Now, Dumfries, who's got a year left on his contract, is not trying to engage negotiations with Inter Milan over that new deal. He's trying to look elsewhere to get other options, and he is trying to leave AC Milan. Listen, it's very, very interesting. Let's see what happens with this right back situation. I think the key to any deal happening is Wan Bissaka exit, and whether Wan Bissaka wants to choose. I mean, he favours Inter Milan, so he could go to Inter Milan as he wants that deal to happen more. But if we can generate money for Wan Bissaka, we may go over and get Dumfries. Now, Dumfries is a player who's obviously attracted interest from abroad. He's 28 years of age. He's got a year left on his contract. Will be a very, very similar price to Nusem Mazraoui. I think Eric Ten Hag. I mean, it is a close one, but who would he prefer? Mazraoui or Dumfries? I think Dumfries is certainly a very, very interesting player. He's good on the ball. He's defensively sound, but there is a huge concern about his defensive ability. He's good on the ball. He can attack. He can score goals. He is a bit clumsy when it comes to defensively, but I do certainly think what Dumfries can offer for Manchester United is very, very interesting. It's a bit of a shock deal. Obviously, it's coming from David Ornstein, so you have to take it with a pin. It's very, very credible. But I think what would happen is would Manchester United want to do a swap deal? That's something that's being talked about, a swap deal for Dumfries with Aaron Wan Bissaka, and that's something that Aaron Wan Bissaka wants. He wants to go to Inter Milan. And that was reported a couple of weeks ago that his preferred option is to go to Inter Milan. So that could be something that happens there. I mean, with Dumfries, you look at the price. As I said, he's got a year left on his contract. So you'll be able to get him for around £25 million. Which is a similar price to Mazraoui. If you compare their profiles, I think Mazraoui is a bit more of a balanced player. I think Dumfries is more of an attacker, more of someone who can cause problems in the final third. But still, Dumfries is very, very interesting. I think what the kind of profile that we're looking for, I think Mazraoui definitely suits him more than Dumfries does. But it's two very, very good centre-backs. Similar price, similar profile. Dumfries is 2 years older than Mazraoui. Like, they do have a similar profile, and if I had to pick who would I sign, it is a close one. I think with kind of Dumfries, the thing about his defensive ability does kind of scare me. I think we've criticised Wan Bissaka for his attacking ability. We criticised him heavily, so we can't really say that and then go sign Denzel Dumfries, who does have a weak defensive ability. He's only had 2 injuries this season, missing 8 games, so he is someone who's very, very fit. If you look at Mazraoui, he did miss half of the Bayern Munich season last season. So if you want to look at injury record, Mazraoui does win that one in that case. But still, the injuries obviously do have a big part to play. Availability is massive, but I do certainly think Mazraoui does have the upper hand. I think there's more kind of concrete negotiations with Manchester United and Bayern Munich over that Mazraoui deal, but that's not saying that negotiations can't accelerate quickly for a deal cannot happen for Dumfries on the other hand. But I'm just saying, if Manchester United were to act quick, we haven't got long left of the window. We know how slow Manchester United have acted on the right back situation. Would we go out and actually get Dumfries? I'll be very, very interesting to see. But anyway, let's see what happens. This has kind of been me giving my thoughts on the Dumfries situation. I think Dumfries, obviously, there's not concrete interest. There certainly is interest from Manchester United in signing him. He's a very, very interesting player, someone who has some very, very good qualities. And listen, he's a fantastic right back. There's at least we can say, if we don't get Mazraoui, which does look very unlikely at the minute, there are other options out there. Dumfries are certainly very, very interested in coming to Manchester United. So yeah, let's see what happens with that situation. But There's nothing concrete. Intermediaries I've talked about, a swap deal, nothing concrete from the clubs yet. Obviously, Wan Bissaka does probably prefer Inter Milan over West Ham. Not too sure if Inter Milan actually have interest in him, but yeah, let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. Peace.